You have to get ready in 5 minutes. What is that one garment that you're going to wear?
Any day saree.
Even if it rains.
You start with 6 lakh rupees. You're now at 75 crore rupees of turnover in 9 years. What is the origin story? Let me start with that.
As a brand, we thought that this brand should be creating a lot of impact. That's one big reason that pushed us to quit our corporate job. We wanted sarees to have a comeback in people's life.
Have you all always been close as sisters? Did you fight growing up? How do you run a company together?
Only constant for each other was us. We had to work upon ourselves, upon our relationship a lot. We finish a fight in 5 minutes, no matter what.
Who wins?
Anyone can.
You pull the card of elder sister, huh?
Not really.
I give up very fast.
she does.
But tell me where this ready-to-wear option came from, because I think one drawback for a lot of women who want to wear sarees is they just don't know how to do it.
Initially, we were so against it, and we said like no girl should learn how to wear a sari. We heard that my daughter wants to wear a sari and she's super scared. And I was like, why not give an option like this? It's such a simple thing. We can do it. We know we can do it.
The Nalli sarees generation, for example, may not come to a Suta.
Suta stays ahead of the curve by innovating constantly.
Young girls are investing in sarees, saying, my first sari Suta, I'll pass it on to maybe my next generation. So I think that's what we wanted, and that's happening.
Sarees are a serious business, and getting them out of the traditional wear category to something that you can wear every day is something that this brand has managed to do. I'm speaking today with sisters, co-founders, and the power behind the brand Suta, Sujata and Tanya Biswas, with us on the Disruptors this week. Welcome. Ladies, great to have you on the show.
Thank you so much. We're very excited to be here.
Yes, extremely.
I must say, you're looking gorgeous in your sarees, and I have worn one of your sarees as well.
You look ravishing. I love the color on you.
Thank you so much. I think let's start with what the concept is. So, Suta is a combination of your names, Sujata and Tanya. It also means thread. But what makes your brand stand out, and what makes it different? Let me start with you, Sujata.
Suta also means daughters. We got to know that later, and it just fits so apt. I feel perfectly with how we are. What led us to start Suta, or the concept behind us, is that as a brand, we thought that this brand should be creating a lot of impact. That's one big reason that pushed us to quit our corporate jobs and start this, is that we thought the brand should create impact, should impact lives, and the product that we make, which is sarees, which I'll come back to later, why I started with sarees, but the product that we made, we wanted that whenever somebody is buying a saree, they should know the story behind it and know that it has impacted a lot of lives, and that's what the product is. And why sarees is because we wanted sarees to have a comeback in people's life. We knew that sarees were there, but we heard a lot that, oh, I don't know how to wear a saree. I only wear it for a special occasion. I will borrow it from my mom. So we just wanted to break that. We wanted Gen Zs, we wanted youngsters to go buy their own sarees and wear it with confidence.
What to you is the big differentiator, Tanya?
If you see a Suta saree, you will know that it's a Suta saree. A lot of OTT, Bollywood actors, they have been embracing Suta sarees. You don't see a tag, you don't see a mention because we haven't paid for it. But customers across the world, they say, oh, I spotted Suta over there. I think the simplicity of the product, the quality of the product, it shines. Though there's not a particular motif you'll see in all our sarees, but you see one and you identify one. We have simplified the product. We have made sure we hold on to the imperfections of what makes a sari, or what makes a handcrafted sari a handcrafted sari.
So the brand starts 9 years ago in 2016. You start with 6 lakh rupees. You're now at 75 crore rupees of turnover in 9 years. That's 1,200 times up there. How does that happen? Who puts in the money? What is the origin story? Let me start with that, Tanya.
When we started with our savings. We paid our loans, and then whatever we had, we invested in it. That's 6 lakhs. Over the years, we invested some more. It kept churning in, but we haven't taken investments. We wanted the company to grow at a pace where we are not uh, digressing from the values or the ethics that the brand has. The product should not be of bad quality. Our quality check is very strong. Hence, we didn't want this space to become faster. So we stuck to this space. I think what worked here was that we were very mindful about what product we wanted to show the customers, and we have always been profitable, bootstrap profitable. We want to go ahead like this for a while until we can, I think. We have certain loans, not that we don't have, bank loans, and the biggest investment has come from the customers in terms of believing the brand, but also as franchisee partners. You won't believe there are the 90% of the partners are first time into business, and most of them are women. The trust that people have shown in us, in the brand, is brilliant. That's how we have grown to 75 crore.
So you said you're profitable. What are the kind of profits that you turn on a 75 crore revenue? What are your margins? Is that something that you also look at very closely? You're the one looking at finance, huh, Sujata?
Yes, so we both look at finance originally, but yeah, if you ask that, over the years, our profit margin, even if they have shrunk, but what the aim of this, the entire growth is that what Tanya also just mentioned about making sure that we have a lot of distribution channels. So this last 2-3 years, we are focusing on that. So initially, the brand started as just Suta.in. Only website is from where we sold. Then slowly we started our stores offline. Then now we have 16 stores, and we also are on marketplaces. So what we are trying to look at is as a product, the sarees, right? And it's because this being such an overcrowded market, there are, you would name every day, I think there are 2-3 brands that come up just selling sarees. So this overcrowded market, what we have realized is, as a brand, product like this, as simple as this, when there could be such easy plagiarism, anybody can come up and bring sarees similar to this, similar look and feel. What we need to do is then make sure that our sarees are available in a lot of places. So the last 2 years, our profit margins have gone below. It's become 1 single-digit profit margin. But the next, what our aim is to make sure is that we are available in a lot more places, not just tier 1 cities, which we are at, and couple of tier 2, but also saturating the market. For example, we are opening more stores in metros, so that people are able to reach whenever they want a Suta saree. They should be able to buy it from a store, or they can go online or go to marketplace and buy. So yeah, for this year, the last year, we are in single margin.
Yeah. So why no equity dilution? Why no fundraisers? I mean, for any startup, fundraise is a flag of success. When you go and raise round A, round B, you've not been interested in that, or have you not been approached, or you've been approached and you've said no? Tell us a story there.
It's not that we have stayed away from it because we don't want it or anything like that, but we know that the pace of growth, what we want, is good, and it's happening. The things that we wanted to achieve out of this, we are right now. We definitely have been approached. We have spoken to a lot of people, not about raising, but generally about understanding what they think of the brand, and good conversations with investors. We think that this should be a brand which should be like a legacy brand. Even investors are looking at the bottom line. It's not just the top line people are looking at. The whole scenario has changed. I think it's not anymore just a badge on your shirt that, oh, you have raised, but how you have raised and for what reason and what is the product, what are you solving, everything is talked about.
So you don't want investors breathing down your neck?
That's not the only reason, but I feel
that's part of it.
It's part of it, yeah.
In a good way, yes.
In a good way, yes. But I feel there'll be a time when we'll know that we need the money. And when we need the money, it should be for a right reason and not just because we want that thumbs up, that flex, that we have raised. I think the flex could also be being bootstrapped and being profitable.
Yeah, so. And I think right investor is also necessary. And when we stumble upon one, probably, yes, we will. That year we are looking forward to a rapid growth, things that we are not able to do with our own money right now.
Okay. So, what would those things be? I'm just wondering what the growth path is because in 9 years, I think it's been a scorching growth path in terms of brand recognition. I mean, to have someone walk your sari on the Cannes carpet is a big deal. And your marketing spends aren't that high. I think you guys just model your own stuff, you shoot your own pictures, and it's a sweet, very cute story. But the fact is, if you want to go next level, then something needs to change and become bigger. Is that something you want to do, or you want to be this boutique, very organic, very wholesome brand? And I'm asking because this is a tough choice that companies face at some point or the other.
It is where we are at, and we've been thinking about it. Last year, we were seriously thinking, contemplating taking money, and we've not. We have spoken to so many investors. We were at a party meeting investors. We had a meet, but we decided that this is not the right time. When we know there are partners who are investing organically investing money for the franchisees. I feel this is not the right time yet. We're also fixing a lot of things which will make us go to that exponential mode, and we want to do it with being bootstrapped, and then probably go for literally a strategic investment. It can be a company that is a strategic player who could be we could be a part of a bigger player, or we could be also taking in money from
So
somebody.
you would be open to an acquisition?
Might.
Or an IPO.
Or become
Yeah.
an IPO company someday. Because
IPO. So right now it's a season for IPOs. There is everyone and their grandmother is applying for an IPO. You've not been tempted?
Not yet.
Not yet.
That's what I'm saying. We will look at this journey for 2 more years, mostly, or a year, to make sure that the plans that we have to make the profit margin 2-digit, make sure the top line is also achieved, which this next year we are looking at 109 CR. So if we are able to achieve with the plans and the tweaks and the strategies that we have, we will know that we are doing things right. The plans are falling in place. Then putting the money in, because the systems, the people are stable to take up the growth. Then we will, yes.
So, what is interesting about this brand as well is that they give you ready to wear options for all saris. They put pockets in their saris. The founders wear their saris with boots, with sports shoes, with all. You're making it very cool. Now, tell me where this ready to wear option came from, because I think one drawback for a lot of women who want to wear saris is they just don't know how to do it. They don't know how to do it. You have to get someone to do it for you. You're not comfortable. How did you stumble upon that disruption?
Initially, we were so against it, and we said, like, no girl should learn how to wear a sari. Why do they say I need 100 safety pins to wear a sari and step out? Why are they not wearing it like the way we are wearing? But we listen to customers. We literally were obsessed over customers. We read every comment. We read what customers say. Customers speak to us directly over DMs and over chats, because they have our numbers from like forever, because we were exhibiting ourselves. We heard that my daughter wants to wear a sari and she's super scared. And I was like, why not give an option like this? It's such a simple thing. We can do it. We know we can do it. And we realized once the girl wears a sari with pockets, with like a clip, she's willing to come back and say, oh, let me try the normal sari also. Maybe I can carry it because I wore this. It was so easy. And I got so many compliments. Let me try the other way. Let me try a different drape. And hence, we started ready to wear.
And what is the response that you're getting to it? And the kind of feedback? Who is buying your saris right now?
A lot of youngsters. That's such a fascinating thing. And a lot of women who said, I stopped wearing saris, and again I started wearing saris with Suta. So I think that's the kind of people we wanted, people who do a comeback, or people who are wearing it for the first time. We have competitor brands in the similar field as ours saying, hey, my daughter bought her first sari and that was a Suta, and not the brand sari. So imagine, so that's the thing we wanted to do, youngsters going and picking their own saris and saying, and proudly saying, this is my sari, because we have known that we've always borrowed our mom's sari or an aunt's sari, saying, I will not wear it again. Let me just pick some blouse or some crop top and just wear it for that day. But now young girls are investing in saris, saying, my first sari Suta, I'll pass it on to maybe my next generation. So I think that's what we wanted, and that's happening.
And are you also seeing a lot of people coming in and wanting something more festive? So, another thing I've noticed about Suta is you're not really getting into that trap of a fashion sari or a festive wear kind of a sari. You're sticking to your guns. That I'm going to do mull, I'm going to do organic, I'm going to do not so much embroidery kind of stuff. So it's very different. Do you think that that's something that you can sustain? Because then you have that generation, the Nalli sarees generation, for example, may not come to a Suta.
They
Then you
do.
have your office goes. And they do?
Yes, definitely do. Honestly, I'll tell you, this is another, we're only talking about saris now, but 40% of our revenue comes from blouses.
Okay.
Yes. But saris, we are doing a lot of festive saris and festive saris on cotton saris, which is gonna give you that comfort, but also have a lot of bling and zari on it. So it's good on your skin. You are not worried about the humidity or the heat that India has, or also it's slipping away from your body. But the positioning that Suta has, the Malmal positioning also has, that's, see, you also have it in your mind that we haven't left that, but I think more than 50-60% of the revenue comes from the festive products.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
But very comfortable festive products. I think that's
That's
what
our
we
USP.
want to stick to. Even at weddings, there's a girl who wore, I know a very big celebrity who wore just a simple Suta sari with dots, bling dots on top.
For a wedding.
So for the wedding, for her own wedding. And there are women who said, my entire family was wearing all the big brands, big labels, not naming them, but she was wearing a simple yellow ruffle Suta sari, malmal. You can always amp up the sari or amp it down depending on what your mood is. And this kind of sari lets you do that.
So how is it? I mean, I want to talk a bit about this dynamic. This is, fantastic to talk to both of you. You were about what, less than 2 years apart? Huh? Have you all always been close as sisters? Did you fight growing up? How do you run a company together? And now it's getting high stakes, right? It's no longer one little experiment. You've been doing it for 9 years. You're saying you may IPO. You may be looking at acquisitions. How does this dynamic work?
I'll tell you, it's the childhood. Our father was in a transferable job, RPF. So we have moved a lot of cities. So the only constant for each other was us. So we had to be friends. We had to be soulmates. We fight it out. We don't take it to bed. Growing up, working together was completely different. It was not like playing games or telling stories to each other. We had to work upon ourselves, upon our relationship a lot. That it's not just the two of us anymore. We are supporting 17,000 weavers and artisans, 300-member team. It's not our little fights anymore. So we finish a fight in 5 minutes, no matter what. And
Who
I think
wins? Who wins?
anyone can.
Anyone can.
And
What is the what is the success ratio? Come on, let's be honest now.
Me a little more, the elder.
Okay, so you pull the card of elder sister, huh?
Not really.
I give up very fast.
she does.
I
She
mean,
lets-
if it's a very aimless fight, I give up. It doesn't make
she
sense.
lets go faster than me. But also, I'll tell you one interesting fact about how we are also together in this. We made the whole family come together. So both of us, we live together with our kids, with our husband, with our dog, with our parents in the house. So
How many people live in this household?
13 of us with like the full-time help and everything. 13 of us in that house, and then we make it happen. The breakfast is in our house, dinner and lunch is in my house, but we are just right across the whole floor. We're just running around all the time. But we made it happen because it's impossible otherwise. And I don't think we could have had a better co-founder, because if there's a mess in the house, she knows what's happening in the house, right? And she'll just take care. She'll take charge and do things for me. So yeah, being sisters, I think it's super strong. If somebody can have the relationship, amazing. But yes, we had to work on it. It was not from day one that we were like that.
And how does the rest of the family, the spouses, the kids, the parents, how do they all fit into this whole, sisterhood company situation going on?
It's been so organic that we don't look back and think about it, but they've been super supportive. Like, there are days we both are not there in the house, and the house still runs, functions, and our kids are young, below 10. So that it could be so messy, but then it just goes so smooth. We just don't worry. And people ask,
I think-
where are the kids? Where did you leave them? And who's taking care? But it just get managed.
I'll tell you, everyone is invested in the idea of Suta. I think that's how it works out.
Wow, so you have that full-fledged support. What about splitting up your roles and the dynamic at work? Who does what? And do you see this circle remaining this tight, or you will bring more people in?
We are bringing people in, for sure, in leadership positions. But we look at P&Ls, individual P&Ls, and we have divided the major P&L between the both of us, one each. And one is also one third each, one half each. But then roles like creative belongs to her, design belongs to her, finance, supply chain, inventory belongs to me. At the same time, when we're taking decisions on any of these, we both come together and take the decision. And there's always a voting that we do even internally in the company when we both come to like a when we can't both go somewhere, then we take a vote internally also in the company. So that's how we work.
Okay, so going forward, what is the plan? What is the plan and how large do you expect to grow? Are you looking at a large number of stores across cities? Are you looking at a greater online trend? I assume most of your revenues coming from online sales?
Yeah,
Yes.
50% comes from online.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a 50-50 split.
50 is marketplaces, the Mintras of the world and Ajio, Tata Click, Nykaa. And the rest is 35% is store, but stores we've just given 2 years. So I think store has a massive potential to even cross maybe online, depending on where all we are present and how big we are growing, how strong, the systems are. So hence we are investing more time on setting the systems right before we go on to that next level of growth. And 100 plus CR would be a different kind of growth. And
Yeah, we've heard it, seen it, and we know that we need the kind of people investment to grow the next stage. 100 to 500 CR should be a different journey.
yeah.
Okay, so 500 CR is the number we're looking at right now. From 75
Aiming,
to
our
500.
processes are aimed towards that, yes.
Yeah, and in what kind of timeline? The reason I'm asking is I'm just curious to know that how do you go from a great idea, good execution, this very warm, tightly knit team, to then turn this into an institution? Because an institution goes beyond the two of you and your own talents. How do you make that jump? And you're at that very interesting precipice.
I think we need to hire people who are smarter than us, and we are looking at doing that.
Are you finding them?
Definitely, yes.
Yeah.
People who are equally invested, people who would take the reins and run on their own. So I think that's what we are looking at. It takes time, but at the same time, people like that will also build great systems, and we are seeing the change happen, yeah.
Yeah. So, for the next leg of growth, what is the kind of push that you need, and where do you see the competition coming in? Because, like you guys mentioned, it is a great product, but it's a very commoditized product. It's widely available. People who want a branded sari then are looking at well-established brands or designer brands. You're not really there. You're carving your own space. So, what is that next leg of growth going to look like? What are the challenges you see there?
I'll tell you what's happening in the fashion space, right? It's just that our sarees, Tanya mentioned that it's recognizable. Anybody will see the design and say, oh, it's a Suta saree, and I own it. And the challenge will come when we need a lot more designs, capsule collections, a lot of launches. Every store you'll get exclusive products. That's when you can build that, people just buying, instant buying, and then not, again, also recognizing the brand at the same time. So I think the challenge will come with a lot of competition from new brands coming in, and then there are legacy players who are already there and set that whole market where the entire traditional crowd would just keep flocking to these big stores. They are known for that, right? I think we are in between, trying to make sarees super cool, but at the same time also making it bestsellers for a long time, for many years. So how do you break that? People wouldn't want to repeat. So that the cusp in between, where you want designer piece, at the same time you also want something that will keep selling as cash cows. So where do you balance yourself, and how do you grow in this kind of competition? I think that's what is something that we need to crack.
Yeah, but again, for us, the biggest growth that we see this year is going to come from the retail stores, because the stores are new. We have 16 stores. We're looking to open more stores.
How
And
many
the accessibility,
stores? What's the target there?
16 till now, and in this financial year we're looking at opening 8 more.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the plan, because I think there are a lot of customers sitting on the fence who know the brand, because I think the brand is loved, and but still people love to touch and feel and then purchase. So that they're sitting on the fence saying that I have been seeing your brand, I know the story, I know your sisters, but I don't have a Suta product yet. That conversion is happening through retail. Then they might come to online, or it has to balance it out. And omni-channel is the growth that we are looking at this year. Going forward also, we think there's a huge potential in that.
That is an interesting
and-
statistics to add this with why stores from online trickle down effect to stores. So from online, 8% customers slip to stores.
Oh.
But from stores, only 1.5-2% come online. So that means that people who are comfortable buying in stores will buy from stores, and they might experiment online, but then will just love to visit store and try the blouse, try the sari, and then somebody who's guiding you how to buy, shop, and then so that's what I'm saying. The store story is a big story, the retail story, but at the same time, I think we missed on international. We've never focused on international, even if it contributes to 10% of our revenue. We've never. It does, but
It's all organic till now.
but we haven't done anything, literally, no marketing spends, nothing, no influencer campaign. And there's so much to be done because there are Indians who are abroad who come to India and ask their relatives to buy sometimes. But we have not spoken enough about that. Those who people can shop online too. So yeah, we are working on that.
Yeah. What is this staff strength right now, and how many designers?
We have 300. We are a 300 member team, including retail, e-commerce, operations, everything. Salaried people, and design team is not as big. It's a 8-member team right now.
That's it
Yes.
for their entire collection. Wow.
Honestly, I think Suta stays ahead of the curve by innovating constantly, and our team has been with us since almost the start, from
2017 is when.
2017, and this is the core team who's innovating and ideating. Also, the customer feedbacks is something that we really
I think customers
strongly
also
work upon.
design with us, literally.
Yes.
They give us so many designs themselves. They're saying, oh, why don't you do this, do that? I would love Suta to be like this. And we pick it up. So, yeah.
Okay, now as we wrap up, Sujata and Tanya, let's do a quick rapid fire.
Ouch.
And it's not this filmy one, nothing that exciting. No. So how often in a week do you wear sarees?
Oh. Twice a week, for sure. Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think more.
I'm saying average, even if it rains.
Okay. What is the one big regret you have about Suta's journey so far, and the one thing that you're most proud of?
Regret is not hiring faster and stronger people at the start. We started it a little later. Proud of?
Proud of the constant support that we do give weavers. We've never ever changed that path, because I'll tell you what happens is a lot of people who come and give us a lot of input saying, why don't you make it faster by taking a mill-made thing or something that will make the whole supply chain faster and the lead time shorter. But we always stick to the fact that if we plan well, we can make sure that we work with the weavers all the times.
Last one word to describe each other as sisters and co-founders.
Fast. She thinks fast, she acts fast. I love that.
For you, I would say, Tanya, super creative. Absolutely creative in whatever she does.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing your story about sisterhood, family, and a brand that is trying to make a difference. Best of luck with everything.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Loved chatting with you.